Life, Kate, I'm told, is all about adventure.
Yeah.
And that it can only be interesting exploring the beauty of its natural essence and warmth.
Yeah, I agree with you because it's just like when you travel to different places, you get to explore their food, culture, art, music, and depending on your taste, you can choose the one that really resonates with you.
Resonate with you. Okay, do you remember Charles Darwin?
Yeah, I do.
The British fellow who propounded the theory of evolution, which claims that human beings descended from apes. The controversy of his theory is still there. I mean, the concept of evolution. But then the idea that things change over time is unarguably true.
I agree with you. But for the Lagos state government, a mere change is not good enough. We are talking about a change for the better, which is why they upgraded your travel experience to a new state-of-art BRT buses that ply Ikorodu to CMS. But ever since, passengers have praised the beauty, its comfort, and quality of service.
And if you haven't experienced what they are talking about, then sit tight. We're set to take you on a journey in one of the new BRT buses and savor its benefits and understand why the government decided to relocate the former operator to a new corridor. We take off after the news highlights. I'm Obafemi Craig.
I am Kate Harmon.
Welcome and thanks for joining us on the news highlight on Lamata FR. The Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority Lamata's External Relations Specialist, Mr. Kolawole Ojilabi, has again appealed to commuters and road users along Ikorodu Road to exercise patience over the ongoing traffic measure being implemented at the Mile 12 area of the state. Agency is not unaware of the temporal traffic and other inconveniences which have been thrown up recently due to the construction works. He said Lamata is doing its best working with the contractor and other stakeholders to ensure the speedy completion of the project, which will at completion bring total sanity along the corridor, eradicate the bottlenecks usually experienced between Mile 12 and K2, as well as guarantee free flow of traffic along Ikorodu Road. According to Ojelabi, the measure being implemented is in the internal interest of the commuters and road users who deserve nothing less than the best. The Ministry of Environment has condemned the activities of traders along Ikorodu Garage. The ministry has also asked the immediate relocation of the traders to the Oluwo-Duika market at Agric bus stop, which was provided by Lamata. Dr. Toyin Onisarutu, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, made these observations when he visited the corridor along with a team from Lamata to assess the activities of the traders. Speaking during the inspection, Onisarutu said the activities of the traders, which is illegal, constitutes environmental degradation and abuse of the new road infrastructure recently commissioned by the state government.
So whichever we want to adopt to ensure that this place has sanity, we must do it. We spend money to do these things, millions of naira. It's not meant for shops.
He said the allocation and conversion of the walkway for the display of wares was illegal, and the ministry will not hesitate to take the necessary action to sanction the offenders. He said the state government through Lamata has made adequate provision for the traders at the Oluwo-Duika market with the necessary infrastructure in place to encourage both the traders and those that will visit the market to buy. It will be recalled that Lamata has made several efforts to relocate the traders to the new market at Oluwo-Duika, which was built and allocated at no cost to the traders. And that ends the news highlights.
The Bus Rapid Transit BRT buses changed our lives for the better. They gave Lagos that classy look. They gave the passengers a great experience, and they gave the city an economic boost.
Lately, though, they have also given cause for concern, as most of the original fleet became damaged and unfit for travel, while many of them were permanently grounded.
The Lagos State government responded by signing on a new operator who brought in a new fleet of ultra-modern BRT buses to ply the Ikorodu to CMS route, one of the busiest corridors in the entire nation, while deciding on relocating the older ones to another corridor.
And today, we join a very special guest as he takes a trip in one of the buses, the Honorable Commissioner for Transportation, Dr. Dayo Mobriola, all the way to the Lagos Blue Line Rail project.
We'll find out his feelings about the new BRT buses and his thoughts on the government's decision to relocate the other ones to another location. We'll also get an update on the Blue Line Rail project and find out the government's big plans for transportation in 2016.
So come along as we join the Honorable Commissioner for Transportation, Dr. Dayo Mobriola, in the comfort of a BRT bus on the move.
With a vision of moving millions across the metropolis, the Lagos State government, through Lamata, set pen to paper. And with the best brains, hands, and machines, they set to work in October 2012. Today, the expansion and road widening of Mile 12 to Ikorodu, with the provision of state-of-the-art BRT service that will ply Ikorodu to CMS via Mile 12, has become a reality. And now it's time for us to go on this ride with the Honorable Commissioner for Transportation, Dr. Dayo Mobriola. Come with us.
That's
it's a
what they
pleasure
always
riding
say.
with you on this bus. This is beautiful. What do you say,
When
Queen?
you say beautiful, I just want to say that it's really lovely seeing the comfort being provided by the new service provider to operate.
Okay, wait. Before you finish with your grammar, can we have fun? This is so lovely. What is it? This is the tap, the validator where you can tap in. Yeah, as soon as you come in with your card, your Lagos Net card, you tap in here.
What also attracts me here is this message that it is criminal offense to assault the busman,
Yeah.
which means commuters or riders on the BRT bus must be extraordinarily careful,
And polite.
more than polite.
Yeah.
We also look at the comfort here. Oh, with this, it means I can comfortably stand while riding on the BRT bus.
Yeah.
And I think it's so nice
It's
the way.
comfortable, and you're able to know where your bus stop is. So when you know your next bus stop, you can use this button, you press stop for the busman to know that this is where you are stopping, alighting from the bus.
You can see the way you are seated comfortably.
Oh, yeah?
And I think I should also join you.
Before you join me, there's another one for the physically challenged.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
So it's just not for the people who can walk. You have something for even the elderly ones, the people who cannot help themselves. They come in from here, and there's a ramp to help them in. So what you do is you sit.
So I can equal, it can take
Yeah.
more than two people, rightly said. So you sit, and what did you do?
So you strap.
Okay, strap up,
Yeah.
like you use your seat belt. So I'm
So we're
comfortable.
going.
Kate, I'm also attracted with this. You mentioned tapping in there.
Yes.
And I can see another validator here, which means I can also tap out when alighting from the bus.
Exactly. This is at this point, it deducts your fare rate at this point, because that is where it takes your information, your passenger information. Okay, you're entering into the bus from Ikorodu roundabout, and this is Mile 12 terminal where you're supposed to alight. So when you tap out from here, it deducts your fare from this point.
Which means it's really a pleasurable ride for commuters in Lagos State.
It is.
As against what it used to be at that time.
Yeah, Craig, I'm surprised you're not sweating. I'm
I'm
very
not.
surprised you're not sweating.
Okay, Kate, I got where you're going, which is, we're talking about the provision in this bus of air conditioners here. And I can see this is the
vent.
outlet, the vent, where you feel the coolness of the air conditioner in the bus. Kate, I noticed this. It also attracted me from afar there.
What?
A TV set in the bus.
Okay, let me sit down. I need to sit to enjoy this. You know, this is all why we're here. You know, when you take a bus like this, you should be able to relax and enjoy everything, because it's so comfortable. So when you sit down and you're watching, so in a case where there's an emergency, you can make use of this to break the glass for people to exit. I don't know how that should happen, but you are supposed to use this to break the glass.
So which means it's specially made for the glass, I think.
Yes.
As it is here. Okay. Yeah. That is, you press it this way and you probably hit it. Can you please give us an insight into what this plan for 2016 is all about?
The plan for 2016 and beyond is for Lagos State to make public transportation and transportation in general, plus traffic, a lot easier for the masses, for the people of Lagos State. And to do that, we want to give the people of Lagos a transport system that is worthy of the mega city that we are planning for the state.
Now, would you say that the relocation of the operation of the first BRT cooperative, which was recently announced by the state government, was necessitated by this action of this new bus service provider, as we can see with the provision of new ultra-modern, fully air-conditioned buses that we can now enjoy and see operating on the corridor?
The first BRT started well in the first 2 years, but after that, the service began to deteriorate. And so we engaged the operators then and continued to discuss with them to get them to bring the standard back to the level and the vision that we envisaged and what the passengers enjoyed at the initial stage of the operation. But unfortunately, the last 5 years was such that they could not meet that. And it's not that the government in itself took this decision on its own. We took this decision basically because we have the interest of the masses at heart. And then the masses also were complaining bitterly that this wasn't the service that they enjoyed at the initial stage. And at some point, an agreement that doesn't go well has to be broken. And that is why we terminated that contract and brought in a new operator.
Lagos, my home. With Lamata, Lagos is changing for the
Are there stipulated rules and regulations that this new bus service provider should comply with so that we don't experience what it was like with the first BRT cooperative?
Well, the services that is being provided right now, as you have described it, is the minimal that we must provide for the people of Lagos. We want the people of Lagos to travel in comfort, to enjoy public transportation as much as if you are and when you are driving your own car, if not better, and be given the priority of road. And that is why the air conditioner is working. That is why the seats are comfortable. That is why the bus is clean and all of that. So, and going to answer your question, yes, we have learned from experience. We have stipulated vigorously the regulations that the new operator would have to adhere to, and also we have increased the checking up limitations so that we ourselves are going to be checking them regularly and make sure that they keep to those regulations. It's not about giving them regulations alone. It's also ensuring that the state, through the regulatory arm, and even we, the proponent of the policies and all of that, also ensure that we monitor and evaluate the policies and make sure that what we have signed is what is being delivered, and also ask the passengers from time to time in various means. Like last week, we sent out mystery shoppers to go out from the ministry to go and ask the passengers what they feel about the new bus system, and we've had of some feedbacks. Some were that, yes, the bus is comfortable, the bus is new, the bus is good. We want the bus to continue to be as it is. However, there are some challenges with the area of ticketing, which we know and we are improving on, and we have gone out to communicate with them to say that we are aware of the problems and we are addressing it as we go. As we go.
Satisfied so far?
Well, I'm happy. Satisfaction is relative. I want them to increase their performance and to such a manner that what we get back from the users will be almost a zero complaint, and that is when I will be satisfied.
Right, we are here right here at the Blue Line Rail Project site, and thereafter what we've just said, we shall be enlightening with Mr. Commissioner, then therein we inspect what is on ground and get to hear from him again what will be when this project here shall be completed. So far, it's another success story, but Lagosians are still looking forward as to when it will come to fruition, when they will begin to enjoy what they are already enjoying on the success of the BRT story. When will this be completed, sir?
Well, I have to say that any rail line in the world, they are always built in phases. So the first phase is from mile 2 to National Theatre. The second phase, and the mile 2 to National Theatre is almost 100% complete, as you have seen. The National Theatre to CMS is another 4 kilometers, 1.5 kilometers roughly. And we are planning and hoping that we are able to complete it by the end of this year. And we have also engaged private sectors to come and show interest in running the trains on it, because the state doesn't want to run the trains. We know that the best way we can give good returns to the people of Lagos is to give them effective, efficient public transportation system, and that can only be done by public transport system, by private sector.
What a ride! When you've had a breathtaking bus ride and enjoyed great company, a break is in order to relieve the experience. So let's take a short one. We'll be right back. As we take Tokamo, make you follow the person wey sabi road. We don't follow the person wey sabi road. We don't follow the Oga Commissioner for Transportation, Dr. Dayo Mobiola, take cruise for inside the new Charachara BRT bus them. He can't tell us, say, that matter will concern the Lagos State Council of National Union of Road Transport Workers them. Their pikin will be the first BRT, say the matter still there for ground. We all can join body, take waka, come see as work take they go inside the railway. Well, when I go soon, very, very soon, begin jollificate.
Bí wọ́n ti máa ń sọ wípé ẹni tó bá mọ ọ̀nà la máa ń bá rìn, aláǹfààní lórí ètò wa tòní láti bá ẹni tó mọ ọ̀nà náà rìn tí ń ṣe ọ̀gá àgbà lórí ètò ọkọ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, kọmíṣánná wa dókítà Dayọ̀ Mobiola, léyìí tí a ní àǹfààní láti rí bí ọkọ̀ BRT tuntun tí ìgbàlódé òní ṣe rí. Àwa láǹfààní láti gbọ́ wípé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tó kan ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àti ẹgbẹ́ awakọ̀ NURTW lórí BRT ti àkọ́kọ́, bí ọ̀rọ̀ náà ṣe lọ pé ó sì wà bó ṣe rí. àwa láǹfààní láti mọ̀ wípé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ lórí ètò ọkọ̀ rélùwé tí àwọn ará Èkó ò ní pẹ́ máa gbádùn láìpẹ́ yìí.
Sometimes your messages make us think. At other times, they inspire us. But every time, without fail, they empower us to serve you better.
Your questions, comments, and remarks more than brighten our day. They help us to help you. So keep sending them to any of the following.
Thank you again for being with us today on Lamata Half Hour. And before we go, here is a great tip for your next bus ride. Dress sharp to boost your self-confidence and have a store of great conversation starters, because love, friendship, and great business relationships have been known to start up in buses.
Kate is right. Today, we went on a bus trip with the Honorable Commissioner for Transportation, Dr. Dayo Mobiriola. You never know who you will sit next to on your next bus ride. So, be prepared. I am Obafemi Craig.
I am Kate Harmony, Lamata.
Keeping Lagos moving.
Eko Akete, Lagos, my home. With Lamata, Lagos is changing for the best. BRT lanes, more than